Hi guys, my name is Crystal and I have decided to document my Invisalign journey for a couple reasons. One of the reasons being myself and my family. I'd like to have some sort of documentation on the changes that have happened in my teeth that I can look back and see what my experience has been. The other reason is actually for other people. I would like to share how it went for me. I feel like I have maybe a slightly more severe case than some people, and I'd like to see how big of a transition that ends up being. So I'm going to probably split this first video into two videos. The first part being my background and the reason I'm doing Invisalign, and the second video will be my first couple of days experience with this. So just to get started, when I still had my baby teeth, I actually started to have my adult teeth in a couple places come in behind my baby teeth. And there were a few times where I actually had a baby tooth with a partially grown adult tooth behind it. And that ended up making all my teeth kind of come in pretty quickly. I never had to have one pulled, although when a couple of them came out, when a couple of the baby teeth came out, it was actually kind of painful because of just the way it did it. I think the adult tooth almost pushed it out, and maybe it wasn't even quite ready at times. So these bottom teeth were actually just very crooked from that time period. I also have an overbite and some issues going on in the top teeth, but my bottom teeth were really messy. So pretty much from the time that my adult teeth started coming in, I wanted them fixed. I hated them. I didn't like the way that they looked. They weren't straight. My experience with braces was different than a lot of people in that I think some people have this stigma with braces that they might make you look bad. Whatever experience or thought that people have, it tends to be a negative one. Well, in my little bubble of a world growing up, the only people that I went to school with who got braces were the quote-unquote popular girls. Well, one of the things I realized as I became an adult was a lot of the reasons that some of those kids are popular are simply because their families have the money for them to have things first, and the trends and things that some of us would like to have, but maybe our families can't rush right out and get us, or aren't going to rush right out and get us. So anyway, those kids, those girls had the braces because their families could afford them. Well, my family really wasn't, busting at the seams money, so they really weren't in a position to just run right out and get me braces. Furthermore, actually the dentist at that time suggested that I wait until I got to be older, and then by the time I was a teenager, when I really wanted them, we just weren't in a financial position to do that. So for my experience where braces was something that I desperately always wanted and wasn't able to get, so I never saw them as a negative thing. I was envious of the people who were able to get them, and I knew what that meant. I had a good perception that that meant that they were straightening their teeth, and I thought they looked cute on a lot of people. Reality is, especially once they started getting the color bands and stuff in them and could be more personalized, I enjoyed the way they looked. I thought they were fitting. The other thing that happened was when I was a teenager, an adult that was in my life who I was very close to got braces at that point. And I think she was in her late 30s, early 40s. I don't really remember how old she was, but that gave me a perception really that an adult could get braces. So even going in adulthood, I didn't think it would be weird if I got braces or start thinking I was too old for them. However, on the flip side of that is, as much as I hated my teeth, I was made fun of for a whole variety of reasons. And so it never really got into my head that my teeth were that big of an issue to other people, simply because it seemed like everything was an issue to other people, and it seemed like it was always easy to make fun of me for whatever reason. And then I had lots of confidence issues. I didn't ever get the perception that if I fixed my teeth, that I would suddenly look beautiful and wonderful and everybody would want to get to know me or I didn't ever have that perception. So to a degree, my teeth were just part of who I was. I had to wear glasses, I had eyesight problems, I had crooked teeth. It's part of things. But I always knew that if the opportunity arose and I could get braces, I would. Just like when I was a child, my husband and I struggled with finances. There was never really a time where I could spend that money to fix my teeth because there was always something else that was more urgent and less cosmetic. Because the thing is that my teeth are actually pretty darn healthy. I am 38 years old and I have never had a cavity except for in my wisdom teeth, which got removed, and then like a tooth in front of my wisdom tooth had a very, very mild cavity that the dentist filled when I was like 17. He didn't have to even numb it or anything. That's how mild it was. He actually was like, I'm going to go ahead and fill this so that it doesn't get any deeper, so it doesn't get into your root. As a side note, I actually had a dentist one time when I was in my 20s tell me that I had 4 cavities in my back teeth and then I desperately needed them filled. And I had just gone in for a cleaning, and as I mentioned, you know, finances were always a struggle, so we were like, I'm not really feeling any pain right now. We'll come back and get those taken care of later. Well, a few years passed. Yes, I know that's sad. But a few years passed before I actually went to the dentist again. And at that point, the dentist did an x-ray. It was a different dentist. He did x-rays and he's like, well, what brings you to the dentist? And I was like, well, I had some pain in this back tooth and I had a dentist tell me that I had 4 cavities. So I figured I would just have to get something filled. And he was like, you don't have any cavities. He said, here, I'll show you the x-rays. And I was like, this dentist told me I had 4 cavities. Well, we went and had another x-ray done. He was like, I'm going to make very sure. We'll do another x-ray. He did the x-ray. No cavities back there. He was like, I don't know what was going on, but you don't have any cavities back there. And he actually ended up attributing the pain to my sinus cavities. That's a whole other story, but the point is that my teeth overall have been pretty healthy and I regularly brush and all that stuff. So to just go get something that ultimately ends up being cosmetic was just hard when you've got bills and a kid and things like it, just the way it works. So anyway, all that rambling to say that now I've gotten to a position where I'm actually able to start this thing and I couldn't be more excited. The truth is that I went in thinking I was going to get braces, but the orthodontist was saying that he thought I was a perfect candidate to do Invisalign and he thought that was a great idea for me. I didn't mind the idea of having braces. I didn't get Invisalign so that they would be invisible. But all in all, you know, I've watched some things and listened to people talk, and I think sometimes they do these hokey commercials where they act like your life is going to be totally different if you have this beautiful smile. And I do think that there's probably some confidence things in that. The truth is, for me, I have always just smiled. I've not really hidden my smile, except for kind of in the selfie age. I guess it's kind of become aware to me as you're taking that really close-up stupid angle that everybody does, that you can see my teeth. The other thing is that my top teeth have actually gotten worse over the years. I've had some bruxism, which is grinding teeth, and I think that has caused this one front tooth to get chipped. So anyway, these top teeth have actually looked worse to me. And then on top of that, I drink tea and they've been stained and I'm just not happy with how they look. But most of the time, I don't think about it. Like I said, it's just a part of me. It's who I am. Unless I'm looking in the mirror or somebody's taking a picture of me with my big old grin in it, I don't even think about that it's there. But it is kind of something that is in the back of my head that I would love to have fixed and always want it fixed. So I guess I'm just trying to say that out of this, I don't expect that my whole world is going to turn around. What I do expect is that I will have a more pleasant smile to look at. And I really think that some of the things that have happened to me over the years, I kind of realize that people do kind of judge you on your teeth. And it does affect your appearance in ways that you wouldn't even think of. I don't even think people are always conscious of why they're judging you in that way or what they're thinking, why they're taken back. But certainly, you know, people see your teeth and they notice your teeth. And to me, it's just the same as putting on makeup or, you know, curling my hair. Anything that I do, it's an appearance thing. I don't expect it to change who I am inside. And honestly, as I've gotten older, I've kind of realized that if you don't have confidence from the get-go, then any changes you make on the outside really aren't going to change that. You can certainly build your confidence through things, you know, working out and exercising and eating right can make you feel better about yourself. But ultimately, those problems that are inside of you that make you feel like you're not worth it or not beautiful, those come out regardless of what you look like. I have seen absolutely gorgeous women who have no self-confidence at all. And I've seen women that, you know, have a barrage of imperfections that are very confident in themselves. So I guess I'm just trying to get at my purpose in this journey and in straightening my teeth are exactly that. I want to straighten my teeth. I want to have a prettier smile. I want them to look nicer. And I don't expect that to have some life-altering properties other than I have a pretty smile. So to end this video, I want to show you what my teeth look like now. I've actually already had my consultation done, and I've been wearing Invisalign for about 2 days. So there's really not a big change to my teeth. I want to show you what they look like and how they are up close so we can see a progression. I'm going to say this very clearly. I am embarrassed by my teeth, particularly when they're close up. From a distance, I don't really care, but to actually like come up to the camera and show them to you, I know that they have stains on them from tea and soda, and there are crooked as all get out, and there's a chipped tooth. And I'm trying to keep in my mind that that's the whole point, that this is a progression and we want to see what they look like in the end. But yeah, it's very kind of nerve-wracking for me to come up and show what my teeth look like. So I'm gonna come up and do that now. Okay, so here's my mouth. I know it's scary up close. Here it is. As you can see, this is what I was talking about my bottom teeth. Several of these teeth grew in behind the other ones, so that's why they're kind of crooked and out of shape. And as you can see, my top teeth are a mess also. I hope there's nothing stuck in there, but if there is, I'm sorry. So yeah, there we go. It's horrible, isn't it? You know, you could have nightmares from that. No, that's bad. No, but they really are bad. So as I mentioned, I've had my Invisaligns for about 2 days, and so the second part of this video is actually going to be the information about the Invisalign and my experience in the first couple days with them and moving forward from here. I hope you join me in my journey. Please be sure to click that like button, and if you'll subscribe to my channel to see following updates as the years go by. This is supposed to be about a 2-year experience, so I'm in it for the long haul. Thanks for joining me. Bye.